Welcome to the culture, your campy, irreverent source for retro fun. We love 80s horror, comedy and sci-fi. We also love talking about these great films. Sometimes we stay on topic, other times not so much. So pop in a VHS tape, adjust the tracking, and join in on the conversation.
Yay!
Excellent.
Hi, everyone.
I didn't know what I was getting us into,
Why not?
but I'm happy I did it. I regret nothing with my choice of
Nor should you.
possession.
That's right.
1981's Video Nasty.
Video nasty.
Highly banned, controversial possession. But before that, a few words from our sponsors.
Before that, we get our camera squared away.
We do a little toasty ghosty.
Yeah, the Zoom thing's not going to work.
We were trying something, okay? We were trying something.
Trying to make it cool for you guys.
Yeah, it's a live goddamn show. Okay, how about let's do a toast to Code Orange popping off everywhere. The season is upon us. And this is the best part of the season, is all the lead up anyway.
That's true. I mean, we do like the lead up getting there.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. Cheers.
Should we say cheers?
Code Orange. Chin chin.
Would a 12-second open help anymore with the Zoom or no?
No.
No? Okay.
We just...
Look.
What's happening?
I don't know what happened to my microphone. It's gone.
Wow, this is what happens when Neil sets
I
up.
put a lot of work into making sure this camera is set up correctly.
It's true, he does.
I can't do it in 5 seconds or 12 seconds.
Good point.
Or 10 seconds or 8 seconds or any seconds.
Gotta add that third.
Everybody here works really goddamn hard. Believe it or not, we really do.
We do.
A lot of work
Yeah.
goes into this.
Yes.
Work goes into the show.
So like and subscribe, sons of bitches!
I mean, just clearing this basement of lesser demons and small ogres is a weekly affair.
Sure it is. If you could only see the security camera.
Oh, we should play that footage for them sometime.
One day.
One day. We'll work up to
when
it.
they're ready for it, yes. So, what's been going on?
What's been going on? Producer Scott's a little scared. What's been going on? Should I say the cat's out of the bag? I don't watch anything anymore, you guys. I don't. Do you want to get serious right now? You want to get real right now? Aunt Sandy went back to school to pursue higher education. It's applause. It's an applause.
Yeah.
And so now I just work all the time, pursue higher education all the time, and I try to watch things when I can. So I am so lost in this. I did watch one thing. I watched Long Legs.
Oh, goody.
Oh, nice.
Long Legs. Cuckoo.
And?
I loved it.
Yeah, he's good.
I know a lot of people have kind of decided that they don't, for whatever their reasons are. And I love a divisive movie. I think that's really cool, because it's saying something, right? People love it,
Yes.
people hate it. I think it's important. I love Oz Perkins, been such a huge fan of him. I actually got a little teary because it's like, I'm so proud of him. And like, I've been watching his movies for so long and they've been so small and gradually getting bigger. And I just really think he deserves this. Nick Cage, mwah. Fantastic. Honestly, Hail Satan, the movie was beautiful and absurd and a bit Lynchian, and yeah, I had a good time. I really liked it.
Mark agrees with you.
Yeah.
Even if their marketing was a little bit misleading, I will say, it seemed to work because in that theater there was literally ages 7 to 70.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was one of the more diverse horror movies I've seen, like the crowd in a long time, which I thought was so fabulous because people are hearing so much about this movie and they wanted to see it. And that's not to say that all kinds of demographics can't be into horror movies, but you don't usually get a good slice of that. Right. So it was really cool. Getting to have the theatrical experience, which you should have because it's a beautifully shot movie, and the sound. So you should go see it in a really good theater.
Yeah. We agree. We liked it also.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
for sure.
And I, my argument against the misleading, like trailers and stuff people were saying is I'm like, wasn't that good? Don't we not want the whole movie to be in the trailer? Don't we want a little bait and switch? Not like in a mean way, like where you think it's going to be a good movie and it's a bad movie, but like you think that it's going to be one thing and maybe I've seen all the parts, but you haven't. I wish that they would make trailers with like almost nothing that's in the actual movie.
Well, but so that's the thing. Like, what else do you need? If you make a trailer that shows everything, then people get mad that it revealed everything in the trailer.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of preferred this way, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I personally don't even think the trailer showed anything. I mean, they were like, it was like there were little snippets,
ciphers
here and there, little ciphers and little things. You knew Nick Cage was going to be a crazy guy.
Right.
It's about the extent, or maybe I was trying to avoid things, but I don't feel like I saw anything.
No, like, and we were like sharing stuff a little bit back and forth at the ciphers and the fun marketing. So,
I don't feel like it's the trailer that necessarily missold it. It was the artificial word of mouth, like people are throwing up in the theaters. It's the scariest movie since The Exorcist. Like the movie is disturbing in many ways. It's not scary. It's not throw up in your seat scary.
No,
and so it's like it felt kind of weird for that to be the marketing.
Yeah.
It ended up being a great film anyway. It's just a completely different film than they described.
But how often have we heard that over the years, that people threw up and people were crying and all of that?
Just when they come to my house and listen to me sing.
For spa day. We love that. Like when we love that when that's the marketing, that people are crying and throwing up and offended. That's ooh, I like it.
I mean, I definitely was a victim of listening to the hype and going in there with, that huge expectation, which is why I need to watch it again.
Yeah.
Because I walked out of there going, oh, I thought it was going to be like, vile, disgusting, twisted, but it was, but it wasn't to that level. But it was still great. That's why I want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Because I know I will enjoy it even more the second time.
I'll watch it with you.
Okay. As soon as you're free from your prison.
About 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
Me? Thank you very much. I've been waiting for you to ask me that. I, too, have not seen a lot, but I did watch... I've seen Trap. No?
Oh, yeah, Trap.
Did you have a good time?
I did have a good time.
I just want to have fun.
Yeah. I thought the first hour was excellent.
And, for us millennials, Josh Hartnett's like, he's kind of a big deal.
I
used to have posters of him on my wall. I love Josh Hartnett. Yeah.
I met him briefly once. I just got to shake his hand. But
did you tell him you had posters of him as well?
I did. And
what was his hair?
That's when he skirled it. Everyone keeps giving him shit about poor guy about his hair. Like he actively chose that. You know?
He can't control his hair to a certain extent.
Word.
No, I am happy for him since his comeback with Penny Dreadful, which was a show that I didn't know you watched it, but I know Neil and I watched that back in the day.
It was great.
And that was excellent.
Excellent
Loved it. And so
I watched the first season.
And he just genuinely seems like a really nice guy that adjusted well to being a celebrity in that Hollywood system, which isn't easy to do. So good for him. Go see the movie.
God knows I'm a prima donna.
I know Neil barely made it out.
You guys would probably hate this, but one of my childhood movies was The Faculty, which is kind of an invasion of the body type things, and that had him, and that had Usher, small role, but Usher is in it, and Elijah Wood, and Clea Duvall, who've all gone on to do like these different things, and other people too. But it's just such a trip because now it's like they're kind of like, Usher never really went away, but now he has like a Vegas residency. He did the Super Bowl, like Josh Hartnett's like in all these things, and I'm like, oh my god, from way back when, from The Faculty to this.
But they're also middle-aged adults.
They are middle-aged adults now. They're whole ass adults now. Usher did that a few times in the late '90s, early 2000s. He popped into a couple movies and like had small ones. Did that in She Saw That? I can't remember. Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know.
I could go on.
And then I also watched Deadpool and Wolverine, and so did a bunch of you. So
a few.
Thank you for that. We really appreciate. Neil and I really appreciate that.
We do.
That's our bread and butter, if you will.
Yep.
So keep it up.
Go back.
And I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Loved it. Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. Me too.
So.
Coming from as a non-superhero movie dude,
right.
I like who they're all the making fun of things in there that were added for
cheeky.
Yes, cheekiness.
Cheeky monkeys.
Cheeky. It was fun. I recommend as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did a lot of crap over the last couple of weeks.
You've been a busy bitch.
But there's a couple of things here that I've been watching and I forgot to mention. I just want to throw them out there real quick. One of them because producer Scott was talking about it, and that was Has Been Hotel. Oh, so Jennifer and I watched it.
You finally watched it?
We went through the season, yeah.
Oh my God.
So that was really awesome. I don't know.
Yeah.
You liked it?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it's like, it's all,
you made producer Scott so goddamn happy, and I thank you because
I can't believe you didn't tell me.
He needs people to talk about this.
Yeah, so we can watch it. So or talk about it.
I would watch it again in a heartbeat for sure.
Okay.
Whereas I'm of the opinion of Caleb's teenager, who I love so much of, just felt like they were trying too hard. Sorry, Macy and I are on the same wavelength.
She says after less than half of an episode and less than half of
and one of my beloveds is in that show.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's why I'm so surprised.
I'd watch a supercut of just him.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was
I thought it was
It was fun.
Irreverent and love the music and
Did Jen like it?
She did, yeah. Oh, I mean, when the fact that she would go back and keep watching it says a lot because that woman is picky. But yeah, I think she likes musicals like I do. What?
Somebody saw Midsommar for the first time.
Oh, cool.
You never forget your first time with Midsommar. Fabulous movie. Ari Aster. He's an angel person.
No, Tommy loves it as well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Has Been Hotel. Excuse me.
Oh, Has Been Hotel.
Tommy loves it. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, go check it out. It's on what?
Prime.
Prime. Okay. The only thing I would say about it is it takes me about 5 minutes to get my eyes adjusted to. There's a lot of.
It is visually busy.
Yes, it's busy.
It really
nothing is symmetrical. Like everything's drawn all. Get the kind of get.
So I'll tell you what it is. It's very detailed backgrounds that have no blurring to them whatsoever. Okay. So since it's animated, it looks like it's all like kind of one plane.
Okay. I gotcha.
It took me a couple episodes to figure out what it was that it was so jarring, and that's what it is.
Good to know. Another film. Did you guys hear the one Fingernails with Jesse Buckley?
No.
Okay, it's on the one Caleb. It's on the stage. The service that Caleb does not recognize, Apple Plus, but it's.
I don't recognize it either.
Say again. What's that?
Exactly.
We don't have it, so we don't recognize it.
So what drew me to it was that for the trailer of it, they use the song "Only You" by Yaz, which if Scott wants to just pull it up for a second, you guys will probably recognize it. "Only You" by Yaz. But it's one of those 80s songs that kind of like you go, oh, that's cool. But
I'm waiting.
No, he's not going to do it.
I'm not getting the stream.
You just want to get it shut down? Even 3 seconds?
Why don't you sing it?
I won't do it any justice.
Hum a few bars.
I can't.
No.
Anyway.
Grab the keyboard.
Grab the keyboard and play it.
The movie is basically it's set now, but it's like in another now, probably skewed a little off this path that we're on.
Different
and
timeline.
People are very, for some reason, involved in wanting to know if they're compatible or not. And the way to get the test is you have to remove a fingernail, and your companion has to, and then they put them into this machine that will say, yes, you're compatible, or only one of you is compatible, but it's this whole weird thing. But it's just kind of funny because they don't, they just rip it out. They don't do any it's surgical procedure. You just go to this clinic where they go, okay, let's see if you guys are compatible. Rip, and then put the fingernails in this thing. It's a weird film, but it's actually pretty good. I would recommend. And it's Jessie Buckley. I think she's awesome. Buckley. She's the gal from Men, the actress from Men.
Love her. Yes.
So,
can I just live life and take a gamble and not sacrifice a fingernail?
There was almost there was a reason that.
Because I'm getting Eternal Sunshine vibes a little.
Yeah.
Yes, in a good way. Good way. Yeah.
I would say that's a very good thing to talk about there. I was in LA last weekend. I went to an Amazon Fresh. Have you guys ever been to an Amazon Fresh store?
No, I'm not even sure.
Amazon Fresh
I don't know what it
is. So
isn't that just Whole Foods?
It's a grocery store, but the cart you have to actually log into the cart with your Amazon account, your Amazon Prime account, and then you wheel this freaking cart around, and then you take the product you want and you scan it on your cart and it recognizes it, and you drop it in, and then it goes, okay, you just put in yogurt, 32 ounces, blah, blah, blah. And you go through and you do that. You put all these things in your scan, put it in. And then when you are done, you just walk out over this mat and it goes, here's your charge. You agree? Yes. And then you just walk out. Like it charges at the prime. You don't got to do anything else.
Right. What if you want to put something back?
Right. So it's bizarre, right? 'Cause that's what I did. I'm like, wait, I don't want that. I take it out. And the cart's like, you just removed something.
Yeah.
Was it this or this? And I guess it uses like weight to kind of figure out what you removed, and you pick what it is.
It uses its magic eyeballs. Yes. What it uses.
So it's weird. It's kind of weird. It's pretty weird.
But I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
It's kind of nice not having to wait in line after you finally have all your, or like picking it like, ooh, that line looks good, and then like. But you chose poorly, and
but it's also
doesn't scan, or they have coupons that aren't working.
But it's also a little. Cool. But it's like also a little freaky deaky.
It is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's on one hand. It's like this is interesting. I see like Jetsons coming out of this, but at the same time, you're like, am I ready to?
Yeah, but
make this happen?
But I love the goddamn
25 years from now, kids will be like, Mom, Dad, did you used to wait in line to pay for your groceries?
Did you used to eat food? You used to input some gel into your trachea tube, or whatever. Anyway, that was weird. It was bizarre.
Cool.
Well, we had our first one of us to use Amazon.
There you go, Amazon Fresh.
Baby's first fresh.
And then
you did some other things.
Yes, thank you. While I was in LA. I'm going to say one of the main reasons I was there was to watch a 50th anniversary screening of Blazing Saddles with Mel Brooks in attendance. So I actually got to be in the same room with Mel Brooks, which, if you know me, I am a huge Mel Brooks fan. I love the man. It was a thrill and honor, and to watch that movie and then to see him there telling stories for about an hour.
Ooh, that's a long time.
98 years old, but he is still got it. He's awesome.
Still really sharp. And
sharp. And the guy would ask questions. And, I mean, he was just boom there with the jokes. And, I mean, it was amazing. Honestly, for me, it was just an absolute amazing. Like, being in the same room with Mel Brooks is like taking a bite out of a chocolate chip cookie, a gooey chocolate chip cookie that's removed from the oven.
It's like taking a bite of Mel Brooks.
There's that too.
It's like on his face.
Think of something that makes you feel all warm and cuddly, Yeah. And that's what it was like. So it was so cool. I mean, he told so many great stories about him and Alfred Hitchcock when he was making High Anxiety, and how he and Alfred Hitchcock hung out for a little while. And
cute.
Like, here's this great story, and I'm going to tell it to you, even though I know time is a thing. But,
time doesn't exist in this
time is
thing.
It is a construct. But they were out to dinner at one of Alfred Hitchcock's favorite place, and Alfred Hitchcock would order apparently the same thing, because they would say, your usual Mr. Hitchcock, and he would say yes, and they brought out like a salad and a steak and the soup and like a sundae. It was some kind of sundae with a cherry on it, and Alfred would sit there and he would just eat the entire thing. Like every time, and Mel had he's like, but of course Mel's telling this story. He's like, I just had a gefilte fish, or whatever he said.
Right.
But and then they were thinking okay, he's done, and then he goes, I'm still a little peckish, and so he said, one more.
One more round?
One more round. So the guys came out and they brought him in a whole other setting.
Holy shit.
A whole other setting, except for the sundae. They didn't bring the sundae. But he had a whole other steak and a whole other salad, the whole thing. But anyway, it was just these awesome stories about this pure movie history, that it's just, it was so wonderful.
He's seen it all. He's been there for most of it.
He has. So anyway.
I love that Alfred Hitchcock was peckish.
Peckish.
A bird.
And that was the exact word. He's like, Alfred Hitchcock used the word peckish.
I love that word.
So
wow.
Anyway, it was good. It was awesome. It was
so happy for
fabulous night. Thank you. Yeah, I was texting these guys with all the pictures.
I'm
getting close.
We had to see it.
Yep. Oh, and then this is a side note, but sitting in front of me was Keegan Michael Key from Key and Peele. He was sitting right in front of me.
I would have I
didn't get a pop.
It's one too many.
Sweep
up that navy drop. I would have leaned over and smelled him.
No. That would have been a little weird, but no.
And then I would have passed him a note that said, "You're so funny."
Yes,
and I love you.
I know. Believe me, I was sitting there waiting for him. I was hoping he would. He actually left halfway through Mel's thing, because I was hoping to be oh, hey, Ron, or do some bit from Wanted the show, but I didn't get the chance.
That's cool. I bet there was probably a lot of famous people there. But you were just too focused on Mel.
Yeah. Yeah, there was, you could hear all around me, people were like talking about industry stuff. I could just hear it everywhere. I wrote this, or I directed that, or I haven't seen him since this year.
There was a lot of sweeping.
Right.
So there was a lot
I've
of
been
people.
talking to Paramount, and they said they're getting back to me. So
Exactly. Our podcast suddenly sprouted up in the Netherlands. We suddenly jumped to number 61 in the Netherlands as far as popularity of podcasts.
Thank you,
Netherlands.
I'm assuming it's all Amsterdam because they're all too stoned to know what they're listening to.
Oh, that's just a myth. But, you know.
No? Okay.
I've always been a fan of you, Netherlands.
I know, right? Every time, Neil. Every
I
time.
Netherlands, listen to me. Listen to the sound of my voice. I've always been a fan of you. Your history, amazing, beautiful history in that country. Netherlands, stay.
Yeah, please
Don't
stay.
leave.
Your art, I love it.
Your art, oh my God, their art.
It's a beautiful place. Amsterdam, Rotterdam. Goddamn.
That one can say they like
Sorry,
that.
Amsterdam.
They like that joke. They like that joke.
Sorry.
They like that. I can guarantee you they like that.
Yes, they like that.
Yeah.
They know. And it was in stereo. All right, and then finally, don't forget Cult Film Series, August 15th. It's a Shelley Duvall double feature of Popeye and Roxanne.
You don't have to turn on the red.
That's right.
Roxanne.
Finally, did you guys know that we have merchandise in our store?
What?
Merchandise.
Lies.
And again,
Pillows?
Caleb keeps it secret from us about where you can
Are you
get
guys
it.
ready?
Do it.
You ready? I'm going to share this. Only you guys. All right.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
Ready.
Sorry, guys. Scott didn't want you to have it. No merch
That
for
was
you.
silly. That was so silly.
All right.
It'll be in the description below. You can go below.
Click below.
You know it already. You're fans with it.
And
you know.
maybe,
You're
just
friends.
maybe, we've been threatening it, but maybe there'll be some new stuff coming soon.
You were threatening it.
Oh my God, producer Scott, it's just,
It wasn't on purpose. It's fucking perfect.
you
I
guys,
think he's a little.
punchy.
Producer Scott drove all night
He's happy
just
to be home.
with us.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
He's happy.
Jake does make us all happy because he's
True.
the best kitty
True.
cat.
All right. Are we ready to talk about?
Randy?
We put it off as long as we could.
A Fragrance for Men from Paco Rabanne. No, this is actually from Andrzej Zalewski. I'm so sorry, I didn't look up how to pronounce that. He wrote and directed it. 1981's Possession, starring Sam Neill. Probably the youngest I've ever seen Sam Neill.
Yeah. Possibly, yeah.
Every movie we watch, he just gets younger and younger.
And weirder and weirder.
During a secretive business trip away, Mark learns that his wife Anna is growing restless in what we believed was their happy marriage. Upon his return home, he learns from her that she wants a divorce. I'm reading a couple different scenarios. That's pretty good. Like, if you want to go in pretty blind, that's about what I knew. A woman starts exhibiting increasingly disturbing behavior, suspicions, sinister, so on and so forth. Starring Sam Neill as Mark and Isabel Adjani as Anna. I don't think I've seen her in anything before. So that was really exciting. She's still alive. She's still with us. So Sam Neill, which is really cool. So I picked this movie for a couple of reasons. One, Neil had seen it and told me to watch it, and I hadn't gotten quite around to it yet. But
like 2 years ago.
it was not 2 years ago. It was 6 months ago.
You did it.
I did it. But he told me to watch it, and then he was like, we had both been talking about it as a pick for a while, and I told him, I was like, I'm gonna pull plug and do it. I liked the poster, specifically the UK poster, which I think is the one they have on Shudder, where it's like the blue with the red and the lady and the thing. And I knew that it was obviously somehow involving possession. And I knew that it was kind of like a more intense movie, is what I'd heard. Take a drink of water every time we say intense in this episode because this is what's happening, family. I had no idea what we were in for. And so then I went down a rabbit hole and I learned it was a video nasty and that it was banned and is so controversial. And then we found out just recently there are folks in the works to do a remake of this. They're like in final talks. I think it's Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
And I don't remember for director, but Robert R. Patts wants to, I assume, be in it. And Sam Neill role. So we were like, okay, well, if it's going to come out with a remake, then we definitely have to do the original at some point and give people time to like digest it. Holy shit, this movie. Self-harm and domestic violence. Mm-hmm. We don't usually give a little trigger warning, but I sure was surprised when I saw some things. So first of all, I have to say that I loved it. I loved the whole ride we were on. And then when it was done, I had to like sit for a minute and think about if I still loved it with the ending. And I did. I just needed a little time. I needed like 5 minutes to put my thoughts together. Amazing shots in this movie. Cool blue color palette for a lot of it. It's like, so gorgeous. And these performances from the two leads are stunning, like stunning performances. Absolutely amazing. And then I learned that it was not exactly ethical how the director got them to feel that way. It was, I believe Sam Neill said, abusive. It was that era of filmmaking where it doesn't matter about ethics, that just the director had their vision and they want what they want. So that was kind of like a, oops, sorry when I learned that. But what can you do? I wouldn't call this like, this isn't going to be a comfort movie for me, because when they yell at each other, it makes me really sad. And Bob, I was so worried for Bob throughout this whole movie, but it's an absolutely gorgeous movie. And I would watch it again and again and again with people, because you just have to experience this one. Yeah.
Go ahead, Caleb.
Good on you for only taking 5 minutes to like ponder, because I mean, I'm still 24 hours later still going like, what the like, I recognize, it's one of those movies that has meaning and or dual meanings, and like a Jacob's Ladder or a Zardoz or I get that. It's just something about the execution, and maybe I just wasn't like giving it the attention that this film needs, because it really does. You can't be on your phone or even just getting up, grabbing a snack or anything like, I'll just let it run and, keep an eye on it.
Let me just grab a pickle real quick.
Because there were some things that Neil and I were talking about later on that I just felt like disjointed to me. Whereas like,
not specifics,
but just, it's what we do. You have this rule, but you've
used the rule too.
I what?
You've used the rule too about not talking about the film.
Have I? Okay.
Yeah, you have.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm going to need proof. No. There are some things that just can't be quiet about. I'm sorry. And again, not specifically. We're not even talking about like what our thoughts are, but this is.
Did you like it?
I don't know.
You don't know how you feel?
I didn't dislike it. How's that?
He's conflicted.
No, I'm fine with conflicted, but there's
a certain acting style that during time periods that everyone seems to be okay with. And this movie is the period of a lot of like big eyes and heavy breathing and, and
that's definitely part of it.
I don't know that like sits well with me. Really.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah.
Thoughts.
Thoughts and prayers.
Okay, yeah. So this is my second time watching it. I don't pretend to understand this movie.
I bet you do better than you think.
Or, I believe there are multiple ways you can look at it, and I don't know I can't say, I think the director meant this, and yet I saw this, I just feel like there's certain things, some people probably really feel very strongly. This is what it was about.
Right.
Like, this is what he meant by this. And I could see other people saying, no way, I think it meant this, or, so it's one of those films where I don't know what is correct.
Right.
Yeah. But that's why I like having a conversation about it.
Yeah,
because
no, absolutely.
You will probably enlighten me on some parts because I have questions. Like,
we all have
what did this mean? Or what do we think that meant? Or whatever. But
well, and especially since you've seen it twice, you may even have, like I said, I bet you know more than you think, and you might have caught some things.
And I think it means all those things. I don't think there's just one,
Right.
Well, and isn't that...
And I will say the director was going through a divorce, like a painful divorce.
Really bad divorce.
Okay. So there's that right off the bat. There's
divorce is a theme.
Is it a movie about divorce?
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not a happy movie.
No.
It's a happy film.
No.
But I like to pick an intense movie on the Cult Show.
You're putting on for a pick-me-up.
Speaking of intense, the movie starts out intense. The movie is one of those, it's not wasting a lot of time on setting it up. We jump right in to this couple. Sam Neill's Mark gets out of the car. Anna's there. He's just gotten back. He's basically a spy, and he's just gotten back from like a job. And and immediately, like, they're talking about divorce.
Yeah.
And
he's leaving the spy agency.
Right, this is like his last job or whatever. Yeah. And he's going to get a big
and gets
payout.
back, and she's leaving the family.
Right.
He wants out of it. This was like always planned to be his last job, it seemed. And now he's like, well, I definitely need to spend time with my family. They have a young son named Bob. Unfortunate name for a child. But Bob is really cute. And he has like a weird little British accent with like his like Australian dad, French mom, and they live in Germany, so he's British, right? It just all makes
of course.
It all makes sense.
And they live like right there on the border of East and West Berlin.
Wall
like the wall is like right there.
The
wall is featured very heavily in the whole film.
They show the wall, they show the guards on the wall, which is I think really cool.
I think it's cool.
It's a cool way to capture that history in that time,
And you know that those are real guards on the East. So they're filming.
Those aren't actors. Yeah.
So put a pin in that, because we're going to come back to that later. So, oh my God, I have so many notes. But we're going to
have a full page.
That's a lot of notes for you.
How about his 70s luggage?
Oh my God, yes.
They didn't have roller bags yet.
Carry everything.
And he's like,
soft.
And he's like trying to have a fight with her and carry all his luggage at the same time. So we know that they're this couple and the relationship is dissolving. He's a spy that wants out. He comes home one time after talking to the spy people, and Anna isn't home. She's not there. I actually said out loud on my couch, why doesn't he just call her cell phone? Because I'm a silly goose.
Mommy, Daddy, did you used to go to the store and pay for your groceries?
Yeah.
In line?
So he's a spy, right? So he starts digging, and he starts digging for clues, and he finds that she's had a relationship with a man named Heinrich. He even begs her friend, who he doesn't like and doesn't like him, Marge, who's going to come up later, for help. So that's sad. Immediately, we're like, oh, this is sad.
Yes, absolutely.
Because she had said earlier that she wasn't cheating on him, but she is.
Right.
So they have this gorgeously shot fight in a cafe. And they both are trading these just vicious barbs with each other.
Right.
And he's saying like how he doesn't want to see his kid anymore. Like he's not doing well.
Right.
And the entire kitchen staff has to come out and tackle him.
Yeah, because he's getting pretty
like
animated.
He's throwing
stuff. And is this where she's finally admitting everything? That she slept with him, that she's no longer in
is
love
he better
with
than
him.
me?
Is he better? Yeah. All those feelings of inadequacy, and you're absolutely
Then we go through Mark's 3 weeks of anguish, which he doesn't even know.
In a second.
Yeah, because he's just lost. He's so lost.
So I'm wondering, like, was he addicted to something here? Like he was detoxing, whether it's from
that's
the relationship
or
from...
there's a time jump because he's got like a beard or whatever. Yeah. But then he starts shaking and vomiting and You're like, yeah, the sweats.
There are bottles around in the background. The apartment's really turned into a huge mess. So wherever he's at, because he's not in the apartment, he's like in a hotel room or something.
Right.
So I think he was drinking for that time, but I think it's what we're more looking at as the depression and the anguish and the what's happening to my life. He goes home. And baby Bob's been alone
for 3 weeks.
We don't know
that was my note. We know he's covered in jelly.
He's getting that jam for sure, and he's all dirty, and it's so sad. But now I think Mark kind of is like, oh shit, I kind of get my
I got to
time to step up. Suck it up.
Yeah. And it comes back
with groceries.
And another intense fight.
Yeah.
Food is...
I think.
A lot of food in here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys caught that.
Oh, yeah.
Nutrition, sustenance, things happening. And, like, Mark's not looking great, but Anna's also not looking great. She's starting to look more disheveled as, like, we've seen her these different times. There's a great jump from when he's like in the bed and then the phone rings and he's out of the bed, and it's like the night has happened, but it happens really fast. It's so good. There's a lot, like, again, these beautifully shot scenes and constructed scenes like that. Spoiler alert, sometimes that's how I feel like I sleep, like I close my eyes and then it's like my alarm going off.
Was the phone call, is this when Heinrich says she's staying with me?
I think so.
Yeah.
Is that phone call? And
because Anna's gone again.
Right. She's with me and she'll stay with me, was what the message says.
Right. And I was like, my God, just stay with your kid, sir. Like, somebody just watch after the fucking child. And he takes Bob to school, and the teacher looks like Anna.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't really catch that, but okay.
Okay, she has lighter hair.
I read about it later and different color eyes, but
it's her.
Yeah, that was recognizable to you?
Yes, extremely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Geez, okay.
Wow. Okay.
Were you high?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Yeah, the only difference was she had green eyes versus blue, which I know is hard for you to see, the color thing, but, I mean, her hair may have been, like, a smidge different, but otherwise, it was...
sorry.
That's what, no, it's okay.
I mean, that might
help a little bit.
That might help a little bit.
Or it might confuse it more for you.
And like Anna always wears blue and the teacher always wears white.
My eye prescription checked.
I get these little peepers checked. Get these horns.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's, that's why he's like, what is this, a joke when he's like grabbing her when he first sees her?
No, again, I just thought it was just, this movie's already weird, so why the fuck not? Why wouldn't he grab this new person that he's never met before?
Oh. So
aren't I the fucking idiot?
So then we get a really good scene, which is fucking crazy, is the Heinrich
confrontation. I love it. Yeah.
Walk us through it, Neil.
Okay. That was fun.
That was cool.
Walk us through. Who is
First
Heinrich?
of all, he's like open shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's all in white?
What's that?
Is he all in white at this point, or is that later?
I think it might have been.
That might be later.
Yeah.
I feel like he was wearing like some of those like really tight pants with that like almost like he was playing a piano or something. But and he's like off now from working a late night, and his shirt's kind of hanging open.
And in actuality, he's a drug dealer.
Right. But
lives with his mom.
More like his mom lives with him. Yeah.
But he's very charismatic. And he's very frank. Like, he's not, like, mean about anything. He's just like, this is the way it is now.
Right.
Anna's with me.
Yeah.
And he loves life.
He loves life because he's high all the time.
Right.
And, well, I mean, he's trying to have this, like, progressive conversation with him. We don't have to hate each other. And, like, you know, his whole thing is, like, Anna loves me and I love Anna because I don't try to own Anna. And, you know, kind of like... And so he's very touchy. He's
very just close.
Yeah.
But
he's a close talker, and he's just touching him. And so you can imagine how if you were Mark, you would feel like, is everybody taking fucking crazy pills?
Who's
like,
hurt already and sad and angry, and now this guy's like
coming in being like, yeah, I've been fucking your wife. Like, and like, why aren't you cool with this? And like, I mean, I would feel like, so what is real right now?
Yeah.
And so then...
So they try to...
They tussle a little, but...
But it doesn't go so...
Yeah,
because
not for Mark.
Heinrich goes full Krav Maga on his ass.
Yep, I got Heinrich is a Karate Kid. He basically just does a perfect...
He sweeps the leg.
He does this big... Wow, and he kind of resets himself, and I mean... It's quite nice.
Well, he's from a country where they have to be in like the military, so he's like, I have moves.
Right.
I know you're like a spy, but I don't know that they teach you these moves in spy school. And there's just some great close-ups, like extremely close-ups, and then they get this great chase down the stairs. And that's him and Anna. And that's mostly him and Anna. And then Anna causes a fucking crash with the car that was carrying the other cars.
Yes. When she goes running away, runs in front of the truck. Yes. That was, like, interesting. I mean, it didn't serve a purpose other than...
Chaos.
She creates chaos, I guess.
She creates chaos. And then Marge shows up, and she's, I said, the infamous Marge.
In a cast on her leg.
On her foot.
Yeah.
Always complaining about, I had to do this, paid a fortune to get here.
Yeah.
Had to leave son at home, or son has my car, just...
At least she cares about Bob. I'll give her that.
Yeah.
She seems to show up for Bob.
She shows up, but...
Yeah.
Speaking of showing up, then disheveled Anna shows up again, because... And look, I am not by any means on Mark's side or Anna's side here, but there's actually a part where he kind of talks to us about this, where it's like, why do you keep coming back? Because he really wants her back. He doesn't want this to end, and he tries to do the fine, go sometimes. People do in fights, but it's like he really doesn't want this divorce, and so he's feeling probably very manipulated.
But what's funny though, it's like no matter what he's doing, like he could be doing whatever. Somewhere, the minute she walks in, it is immediately escalates to a fight.
Absolutely.
It just immediately escalates to yelling and screaming, and she's like, what? I mean, it's crazy.
I skipped something. He goes to a private detective, goes to a private eye, hires a private eye to follow her. And did you notice that when he's in the office with the private eye, he's like swirling in the chair?
Yes.
A lot?
Yes.
And when he was in the rocker, he rocks in the chair a lot.
I do that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's almost like this, no.
I'm doing it right now.
No, it's you guys saw it. It's more than one would normally do in a conversation, especially when he's in the chair and he's got really wide eyes.
Oh, right.
But it's he just always has all this anxious energy that he's I just gotta get out.
I like to call out that the rocking chair that they had in their apartment was a staple among 70s rocking chairs.
Oh, yeah.
It is that wooden one that had the curvature underneath. That's that what do you call that? Like a lattice or whatever the hell do you call that backing? That was.
I think it's rattan.
Rattan.
Yeah.
Thank you. But that was an extremely popular chair back in the day. My mother, I remember, had one.
Sure.
Did she rock and make crazy fucking eyes in it?
My mother, hell yeah. That's what you call my mom.
Oh, you had to do it in that chair.
My mom was crazy eyes.
So that was, and then Marge came over here. Marge have a cuddle, which is kind of okay.
Yeah, that was weird. Again,
it was almost like she was kind of throwing it out there,
I don't know.
And he was like, "I'm not picking it up." What you're laying
but he
down.
puts a blanket on her when she comes home and she's sleeping.
Yeah.
Later on,
yeah.
He's not a horrible guy. It doesn't seem like he's just I don't know. He everyone in this movie, they're extreme for some reason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in this movie, I guess it's very hard to be who's good, who's bad, what is good, what is evil. That's a whole theme.
Everyone in this film, if you realize, there are no what we're going to call "quote unquote" normal people base. Right? Yeah. There's nothing. Everyone. Maybe Bob. Okay. Maybe Bob.
But that's just the innocence of youth because he's the only kid in the.
I mean, even the teacher, she's
a little all over.
She's not. She'll get in bed with it quickly just to listen to Bob, make sure he doesn't scream in the middle of the night.
She never asked anything.
But
she doesn't care if he shows up late.
Right.
She's very accepting.
Cleans his house for him.
So this is where.
How about the fight you're getting towards?
This is where things get real, you guys. You thought all these other fights were intense. Right. We're not even going into the details of these fights and the vitriol and the just confusion and the anguish and the pain of these fights. Like, it is hard to put into words what these actors are portraying, and it's so good and it's so intense.
Right.
So disheveled Anna, and now is a good time to use an electric knife and a grinder, apparently.
By the way, our second movie in a row with an electric knife.
Yeah, that's true.
Electric knife mishaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, food.
Food.
Because she's grinded up, cutting meat into chunks and then grinding it.
Which is unnerving. You're waiting for something.
Grinder.
Yes.
And the way she's doing it, too.
Yeah.
I mean, she's
her hand's
like
very close.
Really putting her hand in that grinder.
And she's not really paying attention because she's kind of having a talk with him, but also kind of dissociating. What happens?
So, you know something bad's going to happen. And,
what, did you expect it to be this?
Yeah. Kinda, yeah.
She like cuts her own neck.
Cuts her own neck with the meat
dirty
knife.
meat knife.
The meat knife.
With a dirty ass meat knife.
And then, but then of course
he grabs it from her,
and he does it.
But then he does it to his jacket.
His
arm.
His
arm.
Well, and when you look at it later, you can see it's the whole arm's bleeding.
Yeah.
So
I mean, first he patches her up. He puts a patch on her neck and
he takes care of her.
And then he goes in, this is down very nonchalant, and he just goes on his own arm.
And it's like, what?
But he's got a calm fit, and then later on, he said, or she says, it didn't even hurt, right? Or I don't feel it, or there's something about it not.
Okay.
I think that's. I mean, I don't know if he's just. I mean, they're like kind of like spiritually and emotionally cutting and stabbing and whatnot, and so then it's like when they do the literal thing, it's like it's not even as painful as the pain they're causing one another, like, right? And he says, and it's like actually really heartbreaking, he says, "You're my whole family," and it's like, ugh.
And she said just earlier that he discussed her, basically. So
it's like, again, we're all just not knowing how to feel. Big feelings, everybody. So Anna goes to get groceries, and she's being followed. And she's being followed not very subtly.
No, this guy's pretty fun.
Best PI ever. Running down the street after her.
Yeah, and he's on the train when she is, and there's a guy that steals a banana.
The banana guy is pretty fun.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Wide open train car.
Yeah.
Nobody else on it, and she sits down right next to him.
It's almost like
he just reaches into the bag, takes a banana, peels it, and starts eating it.
I think there's like times where she just like is not even in her body, right? Like her mind's elsewhere, and it's like she's just piloting the machine.
That could be, maybe. Because we'll find out later why.
She's got a lot going on.
She does. But that guy following her, she goes to the new apartment, right?
She has this kind of crash apartment that she lives at,
and then
which is also right by the wall.
It is right by the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, that wall actually separates right down the middle of the street. Yeah. That used to be.
Yeah. But both places are, which is
interesting. Yeah.
Maybe more
detective
on that later.
Dude follows her in, doing he's very manneristic. I guess
everybody is
movements.
Yeah. And like he does this ruse to get in, and he's like checking the windows and stuff. Right. And he gets to so the whole apartment's kind of dilapidated. Mm-hmm. And then he gets to a room that she kind of was like, "Don't go in there." Oh no!
It's like, no, I got to check the windows.
And there
she warned him.
She warned him because she doesn't want us. And there's a moving starry slime.
Right.
Moving though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Undulating.
On the wall.
On the wall.
Sure.
She kills him. She kills the man.
But don't we see some tentacles at this point?
I think there's some bits, some flippity bits.
There's some bits, and remember, the guy has a gun.
Yes.
And then she gets the gun somehow. I don't remember how.
She stabs him with the
bottle.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And it's
she breaks a bottle, stabs him with it.
Oh, that's right. She gets him in the throat a couple times.
And it's like, it's so great because it's really awkward.
That's right.
Like how, somebody who's not a murderer would probably do it, and like just super, super awkward and slow. It's it's very effective because you're
no, it's really good.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing, but she has to protect her slime creature.
Right. It's a little.
This is an hour in, by the way. So for you horror fans out there, you might be going like, "What the fuck?"
Now that's not true. Don't paint horror fans with that broad brush. A lot of us love a slow burn.
Mark Vision's truth is. You're correct, Mark. That it's pretty empty. That apartment. Not a lot in there.
Not a lot in there. And the paper's like peeling. She has like she's scrubbing. She's like trying to clean. She talks about later trying to clean it and stuff, but I don't know, my man. So the teacher who looks like Anna shows up at the apartment and Mark's like, you can finish bathing my kid while I get the door, which I thought was kind of like, I mean, I don't know how much you like a teacher. I don't think you hand off the kid bathing to him. That's not.
Why not?
Yeah, but again, she's
good.
like the counterpoint to Anna, which I saw that. I may not have recognized that they looked the same.
But you got that she was the stand-in.
But I got that, she was the more agreeable, would do whatever he asked her to do without fighting or...
True. That is true.
Yeah. So Heinrich shows up and he's very twirly.
He's quite twirly
because he's sad and he's depressed and he's on drugs.
That's what I got though. WTF is up with Heinrich? It's like he's all. Yeah, he's being quite. All of a sudden, he's the needy one,
and he's sad because he can't get on. He doesn't know where Anna is, and
yeah, the shoe's on the other foot.
Exactly,
the turntables have turned on Heinrich, and he talks about how he has I'll always have my first family. It'll always be my first family in Cincinnati.
Right,
he has a wife and a kid, and he just fucks off all over Europe, and he misses Anna, and so Mark kind of fucks with him a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. Get us a little bit back.
And I know you wrote it down.
Right here?
They have a great line exchange.
They do right here.
Say it.
I think you should say it.
I'll say the first one.
Okay.
Heinrich says, there's nothing to fear except God, whatever that means to you.
And Sam Neill, close up camera, says, for me, God is a disease. You're like, damn.
And that seems to make sense to Heinrich. He's kind of like, right though.
When you're high,
when you're high, you're high. Not only will this teacher bathe your child, she'll clean your kitchen.
Starts cleaning. I don't know.
So poor Bob is starting to have episodes, and he has one when the teacher's there, funny enough.
Right.
Where after nap time at school, he cries and screams. And he does that while the teacher's there in bed with Mark. But they're not doing anything.
No, they're naked
together, right?
They're naked.
They're naked.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Which is,
and we know the teacher...
I don't know. I think that's a pretty cool relationship, personally, but that's just me.
So...
If your teachers are... I don't know. We didn't have teachers like that when we were at least when I was in school.
Speak for yourself.
So,
no.
You had them, good for you.
We did not have teachers like that. But let's not be gross.
Yeah, anyway. Now we got a missing detective. That's a problem. And the guy...
the rocking detective, right? Calls...
Yeah, now he's nervous because it turns out that they're a couple, him and the other guy.
A large couple, yeah.
I know, so that's like, oh, shit. So now he goes to the apartment, and she's kind of like, yeah, I had a feeling you'd be around. The creature.
We see more of Squidward at this point, right?
Yeah, but I mean, Squidward's attractive.
So the guy's like, what the? And then all of a sudden Anna just screams and freaks out and starts beating the dude. That's what happens. And then grabs his gun and pops him a couple.
And everybody's shooting.
Yes. And
then the creature makes these sounds. They makes this slicky sounds.
It's what happens when you're covered in ooze.
I had subtitles on and they used a word and I swore that I would remember the word, but I don't remember now, but it was like slurping.
Yeah, it's gross.
Someone's drinking oysters.
Right.
So at this point,
yes,
I get just a little bit. I start kind of going, this is a little like a Hellraiser thing here. People are coming over.
I had that thought too when people were coming over.
We gotta feed it.
Yeah. Right.
We gotta feed it. And that is kind of like what you're picking up. Because it's starting, I think around now, it's starting to change its shape a little bit.
Yes, becoming more of a solid.
So he gets a video. Well, it's like, isn't it like a reel of film?
It's a reel of film. It's like 8mm film or something.
And because he had mentioned that Anna used to have a job, and apparently she taught ballet, is what she did. And Heinrich's like filming this. And she kind of was a brutal ballet teacher.
Yeah. Kind of like you at PT.
I was just going to say, that's what the guy was like with my arm on Tuesday.
Except with a really young girl's leg.
Right.
Like your leg is supposed to go up and back behind your head, right? That's how it works?
That's how ballet works.
Right? Yeah.
That's how ballet is. So Heinrich was filming, right? But she starts breaking the fourth wall, talking to him as the cameraman. And she goes on a rant about faith and chance and evil, and there's the two sisters, and she just is very at war with herself. So I don't know exactly when this was filmed, but it was starting, the fissures were starting a while back. Let's put it that way, right?
Okay. Yep. I'll take that.
Anna shows up and she's unhinged, and it's like she's trying to get out of her skin, and she's breaking fourth walls again, which is really cool. And she goes and grunts at a Jesus.
That was interesting.
Yeah. At the feet of Jesus, and like, just what were those? Grunts? Mews?
I think they were pleas for help almost.
You think so? Okay.
Ooh, I like that.
I mean, it was almost like she was more like
I don't like that. I recognize that something is wrong. Please help me.
Yeah.
But she's also scared, maybe kind of kind of scared animal sounds.
Yeah, like she can't outwardly say it, maybe, but it's almost like she's like there, like a primordial,
Oh my god, so much of this movie, primal.
Yeah, primal, yeah,
primal and intense. Good word. So this is where we get to the subway station scene, which is apparently a very famous scene from this movie. She's laughing maniacally, and then she has this brilliant, beautiful breakdown, and it goes on for a long time.
Yes.
And again, you have to remember that this is an actor, and she's channeling this thing, and it's like, this is the part of the movie where I was like, okay, like, you get these performances from these two people, these probably once in a lifetime, once in a career performances from these two actors. They're just amazing. And you can see why other actors and other directors and other people be like, I want a piece of this. They're like, I want to remake this. I want that, like what they have and what they're doing. But it's like, and again, I don't care if there's remakes. Your original will always be there. A long time ago, I decided to let remakes go. I just let them go out into the universe. And it's fine. You can like it. You cannot like it. You can like your original and both, or neither. I don't give a fuck. It's fine. But I would rather see people make original IP. And I kind of was like, I want them to make like the movie they want to make, where it's all like intense and primal and brutal. But why does it have to be the same?
Right.
Same film.
Right.
It doesn't have to be.
No.
Neil, walk us through this breakdown.
Oh, great. Thanks. Walk you through. I mean, it's bizarre and bewildering. Yeah, I mean,
you can't look away though.
No, having done some stage acting, right? Where I came from, and I had a director, a teacher, who would make us do really wacko, dumb shit that I didn't to warm up as an actor that I never felt helped me.
An actor prepares.
I can see the process that she probably must have gone through just to get ready for this. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if the director was just there screaming at her. I don't know if she was allowed to prepare any way she needed to. I have no idea. To get into the frantic state that she was in to maintain this, what seemed like a 5 minute, but probably wasn't. It was probably like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. I don't know.
How long though?
And she's convulsing and she's screaming and she's hitting the walls and rolling on the ground and rolling in milk she's smashing the wall. You know, I mean, it's just, and it's, But
then, like, the milk's also kind of coming out of her, too. And, like, where it looks like some sort of pussy milk, disgusting.
Yeah, and then she starts
blood.
Birthing blood and slime.
And you're like, oh, my God.
Yeah. I mean, it's coming out from... down here.
Yeah, because at first I was like, wait, is that coming from out of her?
Right.
Now, here's the thing. I was reading about that scene afterwards.
Yeah.
And it said that she was recounting to Mark a traumatic miscarriage.
Yeah, she says that she miscarried Sister Faith, is what she tells him.
Again, did not... I just thought there was this weird jump cut, and then the next thing you know, they're what are they laying in bed together, or just
and he's begging her to
calmly,
stay.
like and again, I'm just like, what the fuck am I watching? What's going on here?
Yeah, so she had been talking about that faith and chance and stuff earlier, and so now she's miscarried Sister Faith.
Okay. See, I must have gotten up to grab some pickles out of the fridge or something.
You went to her pickle break.
Grab the pickle at the wrong time.
You know what? I think we could all use a little levity. Running through the house with a pickle in my mouth saying, just misbehaving.
No.
Gemstones.
Oh, sorry. I have a pickle at Yodel's over there.
And I'm not kidding. I eat a lot of pickles. Sorry. So I probably was getting up to grab some pickles out of the fridge.
I wasn't just making this up, people. So it gives Heinrich a weird call. And the address.
Yeah. Yes.
Teacher still might be interested in Mark.
Yeah.
It seems like that door's not totally closed.
No.
I can't tell.
Kind of
She's expressionless enough that you can't really tell exactly what she's thinking.
Hard to get a solid read on her.
Yes. That's why I didn't recognize her, because her eyes weren't this big and she wasn't jerking all over the place.
So Heinrich shows up at the apartment and he is being really weird and creepy and pushy and gross.
Right.
And as I said here, I'm like, feed him, Seymour. Feed him to Audrey in there. Sure enough.
Yes.
I got my wish.
But it was, it wasn't then.
Oh, right.
She stabs him.
She stabs. Oh, she picking at him.
This is when he's wearing all white.
Yes.
White shirt, white pants, white
Why did
shoes.
I think he gets eaten? He does get he gets hurt.
And she's like, flick, flick,
Stab.
and then gives him a big one on the side somewhere.
Right in there.
And he runs down the stairs to his motorcycle. He reaches inside the case on the bike, and he pulls out a white jacket. It was just an all-white day.
Yeah, he's like, better cover up this blood with my white jacket.
I mean, essentially, it was the late 70s. Maybe they're filming this. Disco was still a thing, especially in the West Berlin area.
And when you're Heinrich and you're dealing drugs and you're like doing all that,
So he calls Mark again.
He saw the body parts in the fridge.
He did.
Yes.
And he saw the creature, and it was looking a lot more humanoid at that point.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
two creatures, yeah? There's kind of two. Isn't there two? There's one on the bed. Yes, there's one on... Isn't there two? Is there two?
I thought there was one.
I couldn't tell if they were one or two.
It's probably just more tentacles, more Squidward.
You're right.
I think it was growing on the wall at one point, and then as it became more
slurped.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. He got to be in the bed.
Yeah.
But
I get to be in the big boy bed. Mark.
Right. So Heinrich calls Mark.
He's like, "You're right. Come to the bar. Come get me. We have to do something about this." Or
does he go to the lair first, or does he go to the bar first?
He goes to the lair first.
Okay.
Because he goes there and he finds the fridge with the stuff in it.
He too sees the body parts.
And he turns the gas on the stove.
Yep. Right.
Okay.
He also finds the gun at this point too, right?
He must.
Or does he get it from Heinrich later? Anyway, irrelevant. At some point he gets it.
Irrelevant?
He formulates a plan, though.
Yes.
He does, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's like, all right, I got it. I'm going to set this place on fire. I'm going to go down and find Heinrich.
What this movie needed right then, though? A montage of him setting the trap.
Fuck. Didn't get it.
Oh, well.
So he goes and he mocks Heinrich in the bathroom of this bar, and Heinrich says this.
Heinrich's hiding in there.
Yes, he is, and he's all scared.
The dude all in white with blood coming out of him.
And like he's kind of like, we need to like do something and all of this. And he says he wants his harmony restored. Oh my God.
He goes, look, Mark, that woman is crazy. We have to do something.
But he also tells Mark, I know you have money. You need to send me someplace so I can get my harmony restored.
Right.
Yes. And it's like,
the balls on this guy.
The audacity of a Heinrich, right? So Mark is like, I'm gonna fix this.
He goes to the trash and grabs a shoe and a feather.
Yeah. To make himself throw up?
It's like very MacGyver.
He shoves the shoe in the toilet to clog it. And then he tickles his throat with his trash feather. Like,
to throw up?
Fuck.
Okay,
to
remember.
Throw up so that there's vomit in there?
Yes. Now you have to remember he did go to spy school, and this is before DNA was very popular. So he's like, I've done this one before.
I've framed a death or two
and
in my lifetime.
They named this one the Heinrich after he pulled this one off.
We all know it's the feather.
The trash feather, though.
I know. Like, why not your finger?
Stick that in your mouth. I know.
Would a feather even do anything?
You need a
be wet and a wet feather. Ticky.
I'm gonna get your uvula.
But I guess they wanted to really show it. So he stages it. He pours the drugs everywhere.
And then bashes him on the head, right?
And
then shoves his head in the toilet.
But it makes it look like maybe he hit his head because he's drunk and
or a drug deal go wrong. It could be anything.
So,
what you're saying is it's brilliant.
It's kind of smart. I wouldn't go as far as say brilliant, but it's like
the thing we forget through this entire film is that Mark is involved in espionage.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's spy school.
But I'm saying I forget it the entire film because all it is freaking him screaming and her screaming at him, and
everyone's screaming and they hit each other.
Right.
They brutally beat the shit out of each other too.
Yeah. So you forget that he theoretically has training. Maybe not hand-to-hand combat. Not the way that Heinrich kicked his ass.
But he can stage a crime.
Yeah.
He can stage a crime.
If you want a crime.
Like, he will go to some country and stage a coup and make...
There you go, right.
Someone else is doing the dirty.
If he has a problem, he'll solve it.
Yes.
By Mark revolves it.
So, now he goes back to the apartment and he blows it up.
Blows it the fuck up.
So now there's no evidence, I guess, is what he's doing. He's trying to cover tracks, and there's a lady out on the street and she screams, God's light avenge them, giving it out clean and getting it back dirty. Ooh.
So does he blow it up before he sees them together? I can't remember.
Yes. So we haven't seen Anna in a while at this point.
Yeah.
But he goes back in and you hear her the voice of the moaning and everything.
Oh, that's later.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, because he goes back home, and I said, oh shit, Marge is down. Marge is down, and Anna's there now, and she says, do you believe in God? It's in me. And she seems euphoric. So now, she's kind of put it out there. She's possessed.
Yes. Right.
Because people go through mentee B's, as the kids call them now, little mental breakdowns. People have issues. People have these things. And we don't generally jump to possession. Like that's kind of something maybe we used to do. But nowadays we're like, that's probably not it. And, these things happen. Couples get divorced. But there's actually more to it than that. She literally is possessed. And at some point, she convinced herself that it was God. Probably to make it through, right? That she's like, she doesn't want to be possessed by something evil. She wants to be possessed by something good, right? So she thinks this is a good time for coitus with her estranged husband. Anna had to kill Marge because she thought that she was trying to take God away from her. And this is where Mark harkens back to a creepy-ass thing he said earlier about a dog dying under the porch.
Right, all right.
Which we skipped that because it was too dark. And he says, that's God for him. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He said the dog...
At this point, I have no idea what's going on.
He wanted to, like... So...
He made a mention about how the dog whimpered just as it died, basically.
Right. Like it saw something.
Right,
that
exactly.
And so, like, he's now officially chasing the high of death and seeing God. And he's not even the one possessed.
Okay.
They hatch a plan. No montage, but they hatch a plan. We got to dispose of Marge.
Right.
But isn't that where he walks in and sees the
This is part of the plan. So we got to dispose of Marge. You're going to go to Marge's apartment and lay low.
Okay.
Then we get on the weird call with Heinrich's mother.
Right.
And he's like flicking the lights on and off.
Yes, he is. That was cool.
And the mom's like, where's Heinrich's soul? Where's the soul?
Yeah, because she says she knows he died.
Yes.
But where's his soul?
But where's his soul? His soul's missing.
Of course it is in this film. So Bob is going to go stay with the teacher while he carries out his caper. Mark goes to Anna, and this is where she's getting down with the demon.
Okay.
With Squidward. Yeah.
Squidward.
Or Cthulhu.
It's a little Thule. And it's kind of like charcuterie. And he looks more human, but still bits.
Yeah, he's still got some...
He has a tail.
He's got a tail, yes.
And some appendages holding on to her, and, Yeah.
Yeah. So he goes to Heinrich's mom, and they have a talk. And she talks about, like, well, he's my son, and I love him, and I love the people he loves, and
she says, like, I know he hurt you, but I'm always going to side with my son.
Right.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah. She takes some drugs, and she lies down, because she doesn't want to live without him.
Yeah.
Yep. She's like, I'm not going to be a problem for you anymore.
Right.
So it's like, it's kind of codependent.
Yeah.
It's kind of, the movie's about breaking up and being apart. She'd rather not be alive than be without her person.
Her Heinrich broke up with her.
Yeah, her Heinrich broke up with her. And now the spy network wants him back.
Right.
Oh, the Pink Sock Gang.
Pink Sock guy.
And they don't even care what the fuck he's been doing.
No, they just want him back. His replacement isn't working.
No. It's like, I think they literally even say to him, like, few dead bodies, it's fine. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah. We do this all the time. Please.
He's that good of a... Well, we've seen his handiwork.
We have seen it. And so in the very beginning, they mentioned about a guy he's supposed to be following or was following or whatever it was, had pink socks.
It was a deal.
Like, this guy with pink socks.
Yeah.
And then at the end, this guy who's trying to get him back to the agency, whatever it was,
is
wearing pink socks. Yeah. So you're like, that's what I'm like.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
This doesn't make sense.
Well,
and also when he walked out of that first meeting, he has a briefcase full of money.
Yeah, because the guy with pink socks gave him a briefcase full of money.
What was that?
He paid him off.
Okay.
The guy with the pink socks, because he said, like, because they were kind of doing like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, I went out of this. You're not going to turn me in. Here's some money. Kick rocks.
So you're saying the guy with pink socks was a double agent?
Yes.
But he wasn't hiding the pink socks. He was in that meeting.
But it doesn't matter. They're not looking for him.
Okay. All right.
He's a double agent.
Imagine my confusion.
Okay. Get it.
Put a pin in that.
Okay.
So Mark sabotages the meeting with the spy people. And he causes a shootout. And he crashes a motorcycle. And he's like fucking Rasputin at this point.
He goes nuts at that point.
The taxi gets in the car and puts a gun to the taxi driver's head and said, "You see that police car? Crash into it." The guy says, "All right, hold on.
Threaten me with a good time." And then he takes off running.
Like chaos, like, that one quick turn, sudden chaos. You crash the police car, shootout, cars blow up.
Right.
Oh, like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And then Mark takes the motorcycle and crashes as he's driving when he gets to wherever the hell he's going.
Gets shot.
He gets shot, yes.
Oh, he's so shot. He's so shot up.
Yeah.
And then he goes to die on a staircase, like you do, a winding staircase, because there's kind of, there's this thing with all the winding and winding and the spiraling, and the mind is spiraling, and I was like, I just like where we're doing this. And Anna shows up, but she's looking pretty good.
Not bad.
For how disheveled she's been lately.
Right. And
she got a new man.
Her new man's looking pretty good, too.
Her new man's her old man.
Oddly enough, looks like Mark, just with dark eyes.
Dark eyes, little dark
I caught
hair.
that.
I'm about to say, okay, I'm about to say, does Caleb, you think Caleb's gonna know that this other guy looks like Mark?
Like, different colored eye. Who the fuck is this guy?
Oh, hi, Mark. And he's got dark eyes, dark hair, and he's wearing dark clothes.
Yeah.
And so, but she wanted him to see him. And then the authorities come in and they shoot Anna and Mark.
No, they shoot Mark. Anna shoots her.
Well, I thought she got a couple.
She got hit also.
She got hit a few
She got
times.
hit as well.
But to seal the deal, she puts a knife.
A
she puts
fatal wound.
Yeah, to seal it, she puts a gun to her back, pulls it, and they die together, and they kiss, and
not Mark says, so hard to live with it, eh, brother?
Right. And then Mark actually tosses himself off the...
Right. Mark actually throws himself over the stairs.
Yeah.
The double's unscathed, and he gets a bystander. He, works his emoji magic on her to help him escape.
Yeah.
We go back to the teacher. Bob doesn't want to open the door. There's a knock at the door. And he decides to go hide under the water because that's kind of like his thing. He likes to go underwater.
He takes a lot of baths in this movie.
Okay, so now, first of all, it's he's saying
don't open the door.
Right. I'm trying to. There's something else. Okay, yeah, but he's saying like don't open. Is that what it is? Like over and over, right?
Yeah.
He's like don't open, and then do you hear the sounds of the bombs yet?
Yeah, now the bombs start to go off outside.
Right.
And Dark Mark, as I call him, is cat-like
outside the door,
crawling at the door, and the teacher seems rather at peace.
Yeah.
Is she? Okay.
I would say
kind of like, why wouldn't I open the door?
But she does turn away from him, and the bombs are falling, and
you don't see him, just hear him.
You just hear him, and even as the credits roll, we start to get this melancholy piano and the bombs.
Okay, so
the kid jumps into the tub and drowns himself.
That's what I thought. I thought he drowned,
right?
Yeah,
okay.
Because he knows that it's all over.
What are the bombs?
Right. I think it's one of those dual meanings about what this movie is all about.
I think the bombs could be two things.
Okay.
I think it could be, now that we've got kind of this demon harbinger thing in the world, that it could be like the end of the world.
Okay.
It could also be normal war things,
because this is like East-West Germany, height of the Cold War.
Yeah, that it could be like there was a battle going on.
Yeah.
But there's they don't allude to any hostilities growing to that point. It's just very sudden. I'd rather go for it's the end of the world thing.
Yeah. And so, which is like, it's interpretive, and it's obviously deliberate how he keeps the sounds going, because their world's over. So,
and we now know why Bob's name is Bob.
Very nice. Very nice. I like that.
Oh, that's sad for Bob.
Okay, it's just a movie.
It's not. He was a CGI Bob. So here's where I'm at.
Okay.
As I sit and I dissect the duality, division, two is like a big theme, because we have the East and West Germany thing going on. Literally the wall, and figuratively the wall between the couple on their two sides. They both end up with basically the same person they had before, but in their eyes, this is the better, more idealized version of their partner.
Right. The teacher doesn't...
She cleans, and she's...
Takes care of the kid.
And then the Mark,
it's like a magic mark.
Yeah.
And
strong like bull.
So it's like you make a copy, and it's like division, and like you think I feel like I've got my murder board, and I'm like putting my little pins everywhere, but it's division and dissolving, and you have your couple, but then they just pick another person who's exactly like the same as the other person, basically, but an idealized version, and chaos.
Okay.
It's hard to put into words, this movie.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, you only needed 5 minutes to sit with it?
Well, to decide if I liked... I needed 5 minutes to decide if I liked the ending.
Right.
And I decided I did, because it's kind of a wild ride. The whole movie's just a ride.
I mean, it took us almost an hour to talk about it. So
so much going on.
That's a lot for us.
Do you like it?
Oh no, I do. I do like it. It's I will not watch it as a comfort film by any means. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, because the yelling is
no,
like the yelling.
There's nothing comforting about the movie. I mean, it's a hard watch.
But I'd watch it again, like if a friend was like, I really want to watch that with somebody. I'd watch it again.
I'd be like, you go do you, friend.
Yeah. Divorces are hard. Breakups
They
are hard.
And that's the other thing. There's a lot of things in it that if you've been through a breakup, you kind of recognize, like, those suck.
And it doesn't even have to be something supernatural. Sometimes you just break up and it's ugly.
So do you think there is a literal Squidward then? Or
I think it's literal, yeah.
You think so?
I do. I think the possession's real. I think the Squidward's real. All of that. But...
Okay. See, I think I would probably be on the other side of that and think it's all mental.
In her head.
Yeah.
So would you say then, if she didn't have that miscarriage, would that have been like the Damien? You know, that she would have been...
Jesus, who knows?
Be bringing forth the...
That's a really good point. I thought it was more like that, what'd she call it? Sister, who's its? And what's its galore? Sister Christian?
Yeah.
Sister Faith. Well, I mean, I think it was just that she lost faith in God, maybe, because then she got this possessed slimy God.
That's interesting. Okay.
So I think it was more emblematic of that, of losing the old her.
That's interesting.
Yeah, with this movie, there's no hill I'm going to die on. Like,
Absolutely
I like
not.
all of them, you know.
Right.
And I would love to hear anybody's interpretation of it, too, and, like, what they got out of it, because it's so intense. By the way, if you want to be a filmmaker, don't abuse your actors. My God.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere that this director never had the same female actor working with him ever again.
Sus.
You know?
This was his only English movie, too. Only movie in English.
Interesting. Okay. I would wonder what Sam Neill's and Isabella Johnny's relationship is with each other now. Like, after the film. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of curious, because there was some very intimate things together in regards to the arguing and the fighting and the physicality,
right,
and what they were doing.
And it's like, can they still be around each other? Are they trauma bonded?
Exactly. Is it like, I mean, can they commiserate together, or is it like we can't ever see each other again because of this?
I didn't see anything about it.
I'm
just curious.
In the same interview or whatever, when he was talking about how, you know, he called it abuse and just the intensity of all of it, and that, you know, he thinks it's like one of like his best roles, but he'd like, you know, never go through it again and stuff. And and he said, like, there was at one point, I think it was the part where he has to hit her. Like, he's like, I've never hit anybody in my life, and can't we just like cut this or fake it or something? And she was like, we have to do it. And I almost imagine it was like they went into this like they were in this insular like boot camp like sort of thing, you know. They were all a bit possessed.
Yeah.
Hell of a movie. Watch it.
Different era, different time. They made shit differently back then.
You know what we need? We need a puzzle.
Let's do a puzzle. Cleanse our palate.
Let's make. So this crossword this week is, of course, from our good friends at Fangoria.
Yeah.
We're doing the newest puzzle that they just released today for us, which is, it's a theme basically of, we all have our favorite horror directors, but these are the films they did that were not horror. Your favorite directors went out and did something that wasn't horror. These are those titles.
Lord, I need a bubbly water for this.
We figured Caleb will have a chance this time.
Maybe, yeah.
Hit us.
All right, Producer Scott, we hand you the mic.
Alrighty. So first is One Across. It is Rose Glass's second swing.
Saltburn.
No.
It's a lot more letters than that.
Promising Young Woman.
No, that's different.
It's a lot less letters than that.
I love her.
Rose did your favorite, Saint Maud.
And so then she just did one.
Yep. I know this too.
I know.
It didn't come out that long ago.
No, it did not.
I'm tired.
Did we see it?
Yes.
We saw that one film together that was more tongue in cheek. We had the suitcase from the movie that we gave out.
Runaway Dolls, Drive-Away Dolls.
Okay, but it wasn't that one, but it came out around the same time. Kristen Stewart was in it, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Love Lies Bleeding.
There you go. I think that's it.
Which I really want to see, by the way.
Me too.
And they just put it on Max. So.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Good job.
Whew, we got there. Yay. Sorry, Rose Glass. Sorry, everybody that I love that I named the wrong movie.
Well,
I love you.
It took all three of us to get there.
Do you know what possession took it out of us, man?
It takes a village.
All right, 2 down, starting with E. Early Hooper experiment.
Early Hooper experiment.
Wow.
Ooh. I mean, we all love Toby Hooper.
We do love our Toby.
Yeah,
but I'm definitely more familiar with his...
But yeah, it must be before. Can we go to the other one across so we can see if it helps us at all?
3 across is Romero Does Camelot.
We know that one. Even Scott knows that one.
Knight Riders.
Yeah,
Night Riders.
So the third letter of 2 down is G.
So that could be like England?
Jeez.
Englander?
We get no other help.
Is that a Hooper? I mean...
80.
Like I know there's
8, eight, England, enlightened, no, engorged.
We might have to come back to that after.
Oh, that's a toughie.
Pull up letter by letter or something.
And that's interesting. E-R.
Yeah.
E-R. It's not enough letters, not a scrod.
Can you guys believe that Knight Riders was just in this puzzle right now? Because I don't even think that anybody else knows that movie exists.
We are
creating the fabric.
Yeah,
we're making reality.
We're altering the sim.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
We have too much
down.
Power.
Starting with D is Carpenter in Space.
Oh, Dark Star.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay,
I haven't seen that one.
Which leads us to 6 across.
It's Dan O'Bannon. We love Dan O'Bannon.
Oh, sorry. I forgot there's chatter between the two.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we're having some fun here. It's called banter.
6 across. Second letter is R. Sam Raimi slapstick.
I don't know.
What was the second? They did that movie.
Spider-Man?
No.
Like, it's not Spooderman.
Spider-Man 2?
What's it called?
Darkman. Slapstick.
The second letter is an R.
No, it's...
Pranksters.
What was the movie he did?
But it's not a horror movie.
After Evil Dead.
Evil Dead 2?
After that.
Army of
or in
Darkness.
between that. Or it was him and...
I'm blanking.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Okay, let's move on because we might get it with another one.
I think there is a correct answer for 2 down in the chat. Do you want to know it now or do you want to come back to it?
Let's come back to it.
Okay.
How about the other one down? The end of the Raimi.
At the end of the Raimi?
At the end of the rainbow.
So 5 down, Todd Browning, Crime Gang.
Todd Browning? Jesus. So this is like from the 30s?
Crime Gang?
Gang, I think, right?
Gang, yes.
The Crying Gang.
I know all there is to know about the Crime Gang.
You and Heinrich. I don't know.
I don't know my Todd Browning well enough.
Me neither.
Let's just go to the other end of
the rainbow.
James Wan, gets wet.
Aquaman.
James Wan did Aquaman?
They did the first one.
He did,
Actually, I'm a little bit more interested in watching that now.
No, don't.
No, it's still what you think it is.
Oh, I also picked a long movie this week, you guys. I didn't know it was 2 hours.
2 hours.
9 across. Second letter is a U. Craven Goes to Harlem.
Oh yeah, with Meryl Streep, right?
Meryl Streep?
I'm serious.
What's it about?
I'm getting there.
Who else?
Music of the Heart. Oh, that hurt.
Is that like a teacher does good movie?
Yeah, basically.
She goes in and is a white savior to some kids?
Yeah, music of the heart.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah. Okay.
It's done.
Sorry about you smell that.
I smell some grease burning.
And across starts with
it.
an M. Cronies androgynous drama.
Crony. Androgynous
These are hard.
drama.
These are hard.
Christ almighty. Starts with an M.
Yes.
Meme.
Marmoset. Pygmy marmoset.
Shit. Okay, I need to think of all his movies. Start with M's. What's the one we just saw last 2 years ago?
It wasn't androgynous.
That starts with an M.
We just
I know.
saw it 2 years ago.
Scott's favorite movie that whole year.
I know.
Oh,
Of the
Crimes of the
last
Future.
10 years.
yeah, that's not. No, that's
No, that doesn't work.
that wasn't androgynous.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to think of his movies. I mean, aside from like The Fly,
Drama.
Shivers.
I mean, we like crony horror, but we clearly don't know all our crony.
Not Crash, obviously.
I want to pick Crash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just really upset some people.
And how about another letter?
Yeah.
Okay, so 7 down should help.
Okay.
James Whale Song and Dance.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus, now we're talking.
Now we're in 30s?
I know, we're still in the 30s. Now we're up from Dracula to Frankenstein. James Whale. Musical? Damn.
Fuck.
Who is James Whale?
He directed Frankenstein.
Yeah. Okay, can we get
And I think Bride of Frankenstein.
a letter?
Pat?
The third from last is an O. I mean, can you not see this very well?
Yeah.
I think I figured out that Sam Raimi one.
We can see. Okay, let's go back to that.
Yeah, I can't make this any.
It's okay. We can see it.
That's okay. We can see it. Okay.
We're just not doing well.
It's
Some pain.
You just had it.
is it Crime Wave? Is that like their third movie? His third movie?
Does it work? Crime Wave?
It works.
It fits. If it fits,
There you
it
go.
sits.
Take it. Good job,
I
Caleb.
figured you would know that, Neil.
No, I'm sorry, man.
Wow.
If it's not horror, I mean,
But it was Sam Raimi.
I know. I'm disappointed in myself also. I'm also upset about...
And Bruce Campbell, too.
Well, of course.
For that matter alone,
So what's like another question?
So we don't know the 7 down, which is James Whale Song and Dance. Okay, we can do 10 across.
With
That was just
Cronenberg.
10,
We're
I'm
stuck
sorry.
Fuck.
You're gonna have to start making
Some tough
oh
choices.
my gosh.
Okay, how about... I want to see letters of Cronenberg. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Reveal a
Okay.
letter.
Oh, I actually know what the Cronenberg one is.
Do you?
Yes.
Give us one letter first.
M.
Wait,
No.
Funny.
The next letter,
That's
please.
literally the word the first word in the title.
M. She did a Madame Butterfly thing, right? Okay.
Oh.
M. Butterfly. That's right.
Oh.
Thank you,
Did
Scott.
I didn't know he did that. Is it good? Has anybody seen it? Is it
I
good?
have not seen it.
Huh.
Okay, so now 7 down ends with a T, and there's an O third from last. James Whale Song and Dance.
Can we have the first letter?
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
You want the first letter?
Yes.
Let me remember how to do this. Assist, reveal letter. S.
Then S. Hold on. Let me count my spaces here. Showboat.
Oh,
that
you know what?
racist shit.
It is Showboat. It has
Wow.
to be Showboat.
How'd you get that?
Okay.
Impressive.
Okay. Do you want to try Early Hooper Experiment or Todd Browning Crime Gang? It has an E and a T in it in
Okay,
places.
I do like me some crime movies. I'm trying to think of when Todd Browning was making films.
The 30s.
The 30s, literally.
Yeah, he directed Dracula.
Oh, okay.
1931 or whatever, Dracula.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
When you're right, you're right.
Well, and Todd Browning, he also did
Didn't you
Freaks.
do Freaks?
Yes, he did.
That's what I was. And then you said Dracula, and I got.
It was Dracula, right? Am I wrong?
Uh,
Freaks for sure. I'm going to check Dracula. I'm going to fact check myself.
isn't that what it's called? Todd Browning's Freaks.
Yeah.
We have no
Dracula,
guesses in
yes.
chat for this one either.
So it's a long title too.
Very long.
It might start with the.
Give us some letters.
Yeah, because it's hard to find like an E right there unless it's a the.
I'm going to see if it is.
Okay.
It's the first
Okay.
letter is T, so it's got to be a the. I'm thinking.
And in chat, our logo is blocking like the last. You can't see it, but
it's
logo.
gone. You happy?
Freaking chat.
Wait, who said that in the chat?
what?
Did someone say that in the chat?
Say what?
That the logo was blocking it?
No, I'm looking at our feed, and I can see that it's blocking chat.
Well, I mean, it could be.
Sorry, chat. Never mind. It wasn't you.
Yeah.
The something. The Apple Dumpling Gang.
The
Crime.
Do you want the first letter of the second word?
Yes.
Let's have it. Let's have it.
U.
The U?
The usual suspects.
Yeah.
Yes. Does it fit?
S-U-A-L. No.
Because of Music of the Heart.
Heart. The
unusual suspects.
The U's the
chat. You got to help us. You got to help us, chat.
Where the fuck are you, chat?
No, Chad. You should be going on to IMDb.
What do they say for this one?
While they're getting it, while they're going back to that, let's
have
go
a letter.
Back to early Hooper experiment.
Let's have a letter.
I'm pretty sure, based on chat, that the second letter is G.
2 G's in a row.
Yes.
The egg,
which would be a word.
Egg.
Egg.
the chicken and the egg, the egg,
egg salad.
Egg. Excellent.
Egg salad.
Excellent.
Egg salads.
Salad.
More than one egg salads.
What is an egg? What is an egg? Not an egg.
Oops. Shit.
Would you like me to tell you the guess from Not As Crod?
Sure.
Eggshells.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
No, is it good? Is it a good film?
And then tell me the truth. Not As Crod. Did you like IMDb that, or is that a guess?
Yeah. Is that
for 5 down.
No shame.
For 2 was a guess. 2 was in chat right away. But 5 down, I'm curious if that was a guess or if that was a Google.
The eggshell. Oh. The Undertaker.
Is the next letter an N? Producer Scott?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
The Under.
U-N-D.
How do you know?
Well, Not As Crod.
Oh. The Uncle.
The uncle.
Actually, I think this will be more fun if I tell you what the last word is.
Okay.
And then you can guess what the middle one is.
Somebody is losing their fucking minds right now.
That's all right.
That's what we want.
It's
the
unsomething 3.
The Unseen 3.
The Unseen 3. So close. Some letters are incorrect.
Fuck you. The Unclean.
Too many letters.
Shit.
The Holy. That's a good one, Michael.
Nice. Michael came through clutch.
Michael knows things that are unholy.
Good job.
Wow.
I want to look up some of these movies.
Woo-wee.
We're sweating.
That was
It's hot and that was stressful.
Not our best performance.
Nope.
That was a tough puzzle.
It's because it was not horror.
I feel like you guys
you need to stay in your lane.
Music of the Heart.
I remember something you did with an egg.
Some romantic comedies, I might be able to help you with that.
Okay.
Maybe
I'm actually kind of proud that I figured out the M Butterfly.
That was very good.
Good job. Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't realize that was Cronenberg, so
right.
I did look it up. I was like, I looked up as M Butterfly Cronenberg, and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
What year was that? Do you know?
I feel like early 90s.
Oh, did we play
early mid 90s?
I feel like we played that.
Probably did.
Is that with Jeremy Irons?
Here they are. They're going down memory fucking lane again.
He did Dead Ringers that was at Lakeside. That was like 90 or 89 or something.
All right.
Anyway.
Cool.
Hey, do we know if Army Beef is in the chat?
Yes.
Is he what? He's there?
He is there.
Hello, Army, can you hear me? Is this thing on?
Army, can you hear me?
Army, say hi.
So, the next film that we are going to do is one that our good friend, Mr. Army,
he's
not there.
Good.
It's one that Mr. Army had suggested to us through his wonderful donations. Thank you very much, sir. We are doing Cat People.
Ooh.
Cat People.
Wait.
Not the original Cat People.
80s Cat.
80s Cat People with Bowie. Not Bowie. He sings a song. Sorry.
With
the guy and the girl.
The guy and the girl.
What's the girl's name? Was in Cat People? What?
And it's
Paulina Poroskova. Is that who it was?
And Malcolm.
Thank you, Malcolm McDowell. Thank you.
Yeah, 1982.
Jesus. I can't even think of what I'm doing anymore in my life. 1982, is that what it was?
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. Right. Okay.
If you looked at the screen, you'd see.
I know.
It was on IMDb.
I was trying to look real quick to see where it's available to watch because I didn't check that.
Chat is faster than Google.
Natasha
They know. Anyway, that is what's happening next. Other than that, Caleb.
You good?
Thank you, producer Scott, and for everyone in chat tonight, we had Miss Luba Flora, Vanilla Ken, before Mickey Adam, Mark Vision Spook, Not Surprise, Tommy Levette, Zeno's Spooks, and of course,
And the Lurkies. The Turkeys and the Lurkies.
Cat People's on Amazon Prime.
So now.
Bye!
Bye!
That's right.
The Culture is filmed before a live studio audience in Santa Rosa, California. Check out the video version of this podcast on YouTube, or find us online at theculture.com. We appreciate you listening and hope you can leave some positive comments. Thanks again and talk with you soon.